Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's tropical update. I know it's a little bit late, but I wanted to see if this system actually got named or not, and it did by the RSMC. This is Tropical Storm Maggie here, that is located at 10.8 north, 125.8 east. The pressure is down to 998 millibars. Max sustained winds are at 35 knots or 40 miles per hour. It's gusting up to 50 knots, which is 60 miles per hour. So, with that being said, that's the official word from the RSMC. So here is an agency from the Philippines here that this is actually called in their area of responsibility, Tropical Storm Agaton. So as you can see here from the track, it's going to be moving extremely slow over the next three and a half days. And these places have already seen copious amounts of rain from what was then 94 W. So, not only are some places already gotten six days worth of very nasty rains, you're looking at another three and a half days of additional rainfall. So you guys are definitely dealing with some bad flooding in some of these areas as we head out through time. And as you see, slow moving until we get about Tuesday evening here, and then it starts to speed up again. And by the time we hit the Thursday, which is the 5 day mark, it's going to become a low pressure area. And the reason why that's going to be is because it's going to get sheared by Tropical Storm Malacus as it gets closer to the outflow of the system. All right, so now we're going to take a look at the ATCF, which is the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, and they have about the same as the RSMC. Yes, RSMC. Just making sure I said that right. So located at 11.3 north, 126.0 east. Max sustained winds are at 40 knots, or 45 miles per hour, and pressure is down to 999 millibars. So it's interesting to see how that all pans out. And you're probably thinking, why is this strengthening so close to land? Well, it's definitely dealing with some convergence, frictional convergence here. That's why it's helping to strengthen the system, even though it is so very, very close to land right now. And you can see how slow this thing is just crawling here. And these areas have seen copious amounts of rain over the last couple of days. And this doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere anytime soon. So, with that being said, if you please don't be on the roads. I mean, at this point, some of you have gotten 6 days worth of rain, and it's not worth going out on the streets. Period, unless you really, really, really got to. My advice to you guys is, if you guys see pounding on the roadways, water, standing water, turn around, don't drown. That's just not just an American thing. It's an everywhere thing. So please take that advice to heart as the rains, continue. And not only are you guys going to get the flooding rains, but now you're going to get the semi damaging winds here as this thing is strengthening a little bit with the winds. So you're probably going to be looking at tree branches down, down power lines, uh, you know, down with the copious amounts of rain. Any amount of wind will probably knock down a power line at this point, because the ground is so saturated on those grounds that it's going to be easy to blow over those equipment. So now we're going to take a look at the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, and right now they have it at about 40 knot peak, which is it's kind of already there, at least according to the ATCF here. So they're going to have to bump up the maximum knots here just a tad bit to you know get that accurate. But as you guys can see here from the GEFS, well, this is pretty much confused with the Malachus too. So it's probably going to get absorbed by Malachus, if I can speak tonight, and probably Malachus is going to be the one that's going to do the strengthening after it absorbs this Agaton or Megi here as we have at their time. All right, so now we're going to take a look at the GFS. Was initialized at 18Z today, and it's been pretty consistent with this pattern here of Machilus Malachus, I mean, sorry, and Megi forming and doing some type of Fujiwara effect. So as you can see here from the 18Z, it does the Fujiwara, but it kind of just weakens as it gets pulled through into Malachus here. And this video is not going to be talking about Malachus because, right now it's going through a CCC pattern, and right now it's not really doing a whole bunch. So this is more on the most imminent threat to land as we speak. So we're looking at, let's take a look at the rainfall here, total accumulations. And, as you can see here, copious amounts of rainfall. You can see the bright yellows here. We're looking at anywhere from 300 millimeters to 500 millimeters of rain. So that's about 15 to 20 inches more additional rain to come. I mean, who knows how much rain you guys have already seen in the past, couple of days already. So this is only going to make things worse as we go out through the course of time. So with that being said, that's what GFS shows. What's the European showing us here? All right, so it's showing us the Malachus here, Megi here, Megi, however you pronounce it. I'm probably saying it wrong. So as you can see, the European does the same song and dance as the GFS. It just meanders and just prologues the agony here in the Philippines. Like this is no joke. The flooding rains are going to be no joke here on the islands as we head out through the next 3, 4, maybe even 5 days from now, because we don't know how slow those floodwaters are going to start receding in some of these areas. So now what we're going to do here, we're going to take a look at the total accumulated precipitation here. And it's pretty much the same song and dance here from the European, like the GFS. We're looking at 300 to 500 millimeters of rain in some of these areas here. That's 15 to 20 inches of rain. So, it's not really a good look for these people here in the Philippines. All right, our last stop for today is the H-Wharf here. And as you can see, it just, like every model before, kind of just it doesn't stall, it just meanders a whole lot, dumping a whole lot of rain in some of these areas. And then it starts to strengthen a little bit afterwards, which I don't know how accurate that is, because then it's going to start getting the outflow shear from Malachus, which shouldn't be able to strengthen it this much. And as you can see, and then once it hits this point, bam, it pretty much gets absorbed with Malachus, and this system here is Malachus that you guys see here. So there is that happens. So with that being said, this is a short little update on Tropical Storm Megi, or Agaton to those in the Philippines. Please be safe. Stay indoors if you got to. I just wanted to make this update so you guys are aware of the situation. I mean, even though I'm sure you guys know what the situation is right now. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching. I will have another update for you guys tomorrow. Have a nice day.